once, and everyone can benefit from the information. Awesome. We are live on YouTube Live, and then we are live on Facebook Live. So awesome to be here. Good evening. Good evening. This is Soribel Martinez from soribelmartinez.com. Today we are going to be talking about a little bit about you are responsible for what you think. Is the number one step to a step into your greatness. And this is an amazing topic, and we are going to just be here for a couple minutes, maybe 10 minutes or so we can share a little bit about that. And also, if you see me shifting the from one camera to another, that's what I'm doing because I'm on both platforms, and I want to make sure that everybody gets the information. So I hope you hear me well. Let me make sure everything is good. Everything is good on Facebook. If you are live, let me know that you are live. Leave me a comment, whether if you are on YouTube or Facebook. So we're not going to talk about our responsibility for our thoughts, because this is the number one step that we need to take to really step into our power. And let me introduce myself just in case you are new to me. I am Soribel Martinez. I am a transformational coach and mentor. I am also the founder of Legacy for Latinas, where I support irresistible, audacious, and successful women shift from feeling stuck to just being unstoppable in their life so they can create a life that they truly want, desire, and deserve. A life that is truly on purpose. A life in which they can create a legacy that's worth living, loving, and passing on to future generations. And a legacy that is not just about money, about material things, but rather a legacy of new beliefs, ideas, behaviors, habits, and also about abundance in all areas in our lives. So we are going to be talking about you are responsible for your thoughts, the number one step to stepping into your power. Okay, so let me check over here just for a moment. Let me make sure that everyone is good. I want to make sure that we are live on Facebook. Give me one moment. I see myself, but I want to make sure that people can see me on the page. For the past 17 years, I've been supporting women in my role as a psychotherapist. I've been a psychotherapist for a long time. I still hold my full-time job as a therapist at an elementary school where I support elementary children, mainly with behavioral difficulties, mental health, etc., etc. So that's the work that I do. I've been doing that work for a long time, and it's truly my passion to just help others with where they're at in their life. So yes, Facebook is good. I think I need to put this like that. No, because then you can see the bottom. Oh, that's better. Okay, good. I needed to just fix that a little bit there. We are good there. Okay, so let's focus here. The technology is always a little bit distracting, but we have to make sure that everything is good. So where does our negative thinking come from? Because this is the number one question that I get asked all the time. Soribel, but you know what? Where all this stuff coming from? Why am I always thinking negative? Why am I always feeling negative? Whether if it's anxiety, worry, fears, depression, sadness, overwhelmed, all those different emotions that we feel on a regular basis, where do they come from? Let me make sure my mic is good. I need to make sure my mic is good right there. Well, the reality is that we form our thinking, our beliefs, the ideas that we have, our values early on in our childhood. And what happens is that we are quite often influenced by the experiences that we have in our childhood. So what happens is when you are a child and you experience a negative situation in your life, whether if it's lack, not having enough food, or being yelled at, screamed at, being called names, or being abused physically or emotionally or sexually. What happens is that we take those experiences and they turn into limiting stories, limiting beliefs, limiting stories. They become stories that are very negative in our lives. So, what I have done is I am hosting a free teleseminar on August 1st, and it's called The 5 Steps to Master Your Mind and Launch Your Legacy. Because legacy, like I said, is all about our mind. What is it that we are creating different so we can benefit from it and other generations can benefit from it as well? So I created this teleseminar because I know the importance of the way you think it is in your life. How you think, what you think, how you view the world, how you view yourself and situations in your life is really going to shape the way that you think. And if you have experienced very negative situations in your life, most likely the thinking is going to be negative, or you're just going to experience negative beliefs or negative emotions. Usually, the emotions that I hear women a lot to have is one, fear, overwhelm, and feeling like they're not worth it, like feeling that they're taking advantage of because they have so many responsibility in the role as a woman. A mother, a sister, a daughter, a wife, a professional woman, maybe a businesswoman. We have so much to do. And women quite often do not value themselves. They don't find that they're valued, that they're loved, that they're supported. So that comes from early on in life, and those experiences that we have in our relationship with the adults and the people who are the caretakers for us, whether if it's our parents, grandparents, aunts, uncle, foster parents, adopted parents, whoever it is in your life that is really forming those thoughts, those ideas, those beliefs in your everyday life, whether if it's through words, through actions, behaviors, habits. Our thoughts and our beliefs are formed early on then. So what happens is that when we encounter a negative situation or a negative experience in our life, we form these limiting beliefs, these ideas, and these stories that keep us stuck, that keep us unhappy, and that keep us in a place where we don't want to be. And quite often, women, we are giving up our power. We are giving our power to other people through our emotions, whether because, and a lot of it is legit, it's because some of us, some women have experienced really traumatic experiences in their life. So, and this ends up being a problem for them. So, and this is why I'm here today, because I find that the way that we think is so important in our growth as women, professional women, as mom, in the relationships that we're fostering or creating in our life, in our job, in our business, in our relationship with our customers, in our relationship with our clients, in our relationship at work, period. We are quite often feeling a certain type of way, and it is because of the beliefs, because of the fears that we have deep inside our subconscious mind. So taking responsibility for your thinking, your thoughts is extremely important in order for you to step into your power. So the first step that you need to do here is to really reclaim your power back. If you have been giving up your power to situation, to ideas, to relationships, to whatever it is in your life, you need to reclaim what is yours, because it is your birthright. It is your ownership of everything that you feel, everything that you are, everything that you came here to be is yours. But quite often these situations in our life are really shaping who we are, the way we feel, the way we interact with the world, and we get lost. We get lost in being everything for everyone else, making sure that everyone else is taken care of, making sure that we are doing everything consistently. And when we do that, we put our dreams and our desire on hold, and that creates anger, that creates resentment that make us feel not worth it or not appreciated. Whether if it's in your relationships, whether if it's at work, in your business, the work, the inner work needs to be done, because that's not where it originated. It originated early on in your life. So one of the things that we have to do is reclaim our power. Whatever we have been, when we give up our power, we are giving it to other people through anger, resentment, whatever that is. We give it up. So sometimes we are in bad relationships, we are in situations that do not serve us, and that keep us stuck. So it is time to just regain what is ours, the power of decision and taking responsibility for everything that we think, everything that we do. The reality is that you every step, you every action, you every behavior, you every habit is being driven by your subconscious mind. And when you feel those feelings of anxiety or worries or fear, is coming from that place, from the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind, it is your emotional mind. It's the mind that drives your behaviors, that drives who you are, the behaviors, the results that you are creating day in and day out, and you don't know what is going on or how to identify it, is because it's engraved deep inside. And sometimes you don't know how to explain the feelings, the emotions, but it is because it is something that is deeper. It is something that is ingrained, okay? So reclaim your power, reclaim back what is yours, because what is yours has been given to you for a reason. Reclaim that your dreams, your desires, your purpose. Remember when you were a little girl, when you used to just dream wildly, and there were no tap and there were no limitations to anything? That's the place where you want to come back. You want to come back to that place when there's no limitations to the things that you want to accomplish, the things that you want to do in your relationships and your work and your job and your business and your life, how you share your voice, your message, how you share who you are, the work that you do, the way that you impact people in the world. It is your purpose. It is your power. And in order for you to step into that power, you need to regain control and responsibility for your thoughts, for your thinking. And this is why I want to invite you to my 5 steps to master your mind and launch your legacy. You are going to find the link above or below this video where you can register for free. The training is completely free, and we're going to be going step by step on how you can master your thinking. Because it is your thinking that's keeping you stuck. It is your thinking that's keeping you in a place where you don't feel good, where you feel like there's no out, right? When you feel like you're not happy, you're in a place where you're not feeling supported and loved. The first step is to reclaim your power, because it is yours. Now, taking the responsibility for your thoughts, meaning that you need to really take responsibility in changing those thoughts. And how you change your thinking is to really getting connected with when did you become in tune with the emotions of fear. When did that fear begin? When did that story begin in your head? When did that story begin to unfold for you? Early on, when you were 6, 8, 10 years old, when someone told you that you were not good enough, that you were not gonna be anybody in your life, that you were not gonna be able to accomplish your goals and do your desires, that person that deemed your voice and your light. When did that happen? You need to begin uncovering when did that story begin to develop? Because it is in that story that all the stories and the limitations begin. And we need to heal that. We need to heal those stories, the traumatic events that we have encountered in your life. They need to be healed. So you need to get in tune with what it is and when did this situation happen that began to reshape and shape your freeness. Remember when you were just so free and you have freedom to think, to just dream wildly and do things that were great and you didn't have any fear? But the fear began when something traumatic happened in your life. So now we need to bring that back and get in tune with that so we can heal that story, so we can begin reshaping your thinking, so we can begin reshaping the results that you are producing every day in your life. Because the truth is that the results that you are creating are because of your thoughts. And if you continue to think the same way you've been thinking all along, you will continue to create the same results. The relationships that don't support you, the bad relationships that you don't like and you feel trapped, doing work that you don't love because you wanted it to be a lawyer, but someone told you that no, maybe you should not go to school because you don't have enough money. The stories about you have to be everything to everyone else and you have to put your dreams on hold until after marriage and after your kids are grown and after this and after that. 20 million stories why you can't do what you want and now. So those stories, they need to be healed because they're producing the fear, and the fear are being produced by your thoughts. You are constantly thinking negatively because you feel negative, and you feel negative because you're constantly thinking negative thoughts. So the first step to really step into your power and your greatness is to take responsibility for your thinking, the things that you are thinking, what it is that you're putting in your mind. So now that the damage is done and you realize that a shift has to happen, now it is your duty to begin shaping those thoughts and the way that you feel so you can begin creating different results, so you can begin behaving in a different way. The other day, I was talking to a client, and she was telling me how she was feeling stuck, and she had done some work herself. And the reason why she came to me is because she was still feeling stuck in her life, even though she was reading some books, she was trying to do some self-development work, etc., etc. So when we began to do some work and talking, we realized that the reason why she was feeling stuck is because she was dealing with some childhood trauma. There's some situations that happen in her life that really shape the way that she views herself, the world, the way that she views relationship with other people. She doesn't trust others. She feels like she cannot trust herself, other people. She cannot be in healthy relationships. She feels sad. She feels stuck. She feels overwhelmed. So now she needs to begin doing that work so she can transform the way that she has been thinking so she can create different results. And yeah, it goes deeper than what I'm just sharing with you, of course, but this is more or less the review of what it is that needs to happen in order for you to begin feeling and creating the life that you truly want. Because if you're feeling stuck and you're feeling unhappy where you are in your life right now, it may just be because what you have been creating is not what you want. But if you don't change it, you will continue to create the same results. So if you want different results, you have to do something different. And that's the work that I want to invite you to come and do with me in my free teleseminar Monday, August 1st. It's going to be at noon Eastern time. If you can't make it live, then, make sure you still register so you can get the replay. For those that are able to make it live, I'm going to be gifting free coaching. So if you want to be live in the call, I suggest that you be there because you will be getting some good free stuff. So to help you get from where you are to really where you want to be. So the number one step to really taking ownership of your thinking and stepping into your power the number one step to stepping into your power is to taking responsibility for your thinking and changing the results that you have been creating in your life by taking the action, the necessary actions, healing your stories, healing the trauma, healing the bad relationships, and just stepping into what it is that you need to do so you can create more greatness in your life. So that is truly, truly the beginning of the work. And I will be expanding on this when you and I meet in the free teleseminar. The teleseminar is going to be about an hour. It's going to be really good information. And it's your duty to just come and really learn and begin that process of change. So affirmations are another way to help shape and transform the way you think. Affirmations are positive statements. Let me just check here on Facebook to see if anybody's had left a comment or a question. So the first step to so affirmations are a good way to begin to influence in your subconscious mind in order for you to change your behavior. But I will be going very deep into this information when we meet on the August 1st at noon. Okay, so taking ownership of how you feel, what you think is extremely important in your life. You cannot live your life continue feeling the way that you're feeling sad, feeling depressed, feeling anxious. I remember very clearly when I received the phone call from a doctor to tell me that I needed brain surgery because I had 2 brain aneurysms. I remember that day clearly. I was getting ready to go on a vacation trip to Panama. And I was at the mall parking lot. I'm waiting to go to the mall, inside the mall, to buy some things for my trip. And I remember when I received that phone call, I remember that all I saw was darkness. It was clouded. The day was sunny, but it was clouded for me. And all I see was darkness, and I saw like no way out. I was shocked that I was truly dealing with this situation. And what happened was it became more difficult for me to deal with it because in my family, there's a long history in my maternal family of brain aneurysms. There's a total of 5 members that we know that had brain aneurysm rupture, and they either died from it or they became disabled from it. So when I received that news, that was really shocking in my life. And I remember that I shift right away to fear. I shift my thinking to negativity. I was thinking about death constantly. Every single day, that's all I used to think about. So one day, I was sitting in my house and I was feeling devastated. I was feeling really dark and I was feeling very worried. I was very afraid of the outcome of this surgery. And I can recall that something in me told me, you need a therapist. And I always had a therapist in different times of my life because I believe that we all have things to work on in different times of our life for different reasons, right? So I call the guy and I make an appointment. And when he talks to me, I only went there one time. That's all I needed. He looked at me. He says, "Soribel, if you continue to think about death every single day, you are going to die. You need to shift the way you're thinking." And we know each other. So he told me, "You know the work that you do as a psychotherapist every day. You know what you do for your clients." And I said to him, "I need to embark my own process of transformation and change so I can be here for my son." And one of the things that I began doing to really shift the way I was thinking was affirmations. I used to walk around repeating affirmations and mantras, affirmation, positive statements, whatever you want to call them. Different people call them different things in different fields, but it's the same thing. So I remember walking around and meditating and visualizing my life the way that I wanted after brain surgery. I began to get in tune with my feelings and the feelings that I wanted it to feel after I left the hospital. And it became even more significant when when um when the doctor told me about the risks. There was a list like from here to downtown. It was ridiculous. It was a long list. When he was like in the 20th or so, I said, listen, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I don't want to hear it. Let me sign the papers. We are going to have this surgery, and I will see you when I wake up. So I share this story with you because I know that the way that you're thinking about your life, your situation, your relationships, your job is what's keeping you stuck. The way that you view the world, the way that you view your life and others is what's keeping you stuck. So in order for you to step fully into your power, you need to begin changing your thinking. And one of those things, like I said, one is taking responsibility. Another thing is using affirmations or positive statement mantras, and also visualization. You need to visualize. That's what we call like daydreaming. Do you remember when you were a child and you used to dream about the life that you wanted when you grow up? That you wanted to be a mother, you wanted it to have a house, you wanted to be a professional, whatever it was that you visualizing. That's the kind of thing that you need to begin doing right now. I also share with you that you need to begin healing the childhood traumas and situations that really put you where you are right now. You need to begin tapping into those stories that you've been telling yourself day in and day out. What are some of those stories that you've been telling yourself? What are some of the stories that you've been telling yourself over and over and over? Remember that chatter, that negative talking constantly? Those are stories that we're telling ourselves. And you need to rewrite your stories. You need to rewrite the stories so you can create the life that you truly want, desire, and deserve. The life that you were meant to live, so you can step into your power and you can live your life on purpose. I knew after brain surgery that I was not living my life on purpose. And when I woke up in the hospital and realized that I had not created a legacy that I was proud of. Yes, I had success. Yes, I was doing great things in the world, but I was not doing what I'm doing right now. I was not sharing and reaching the people that I needed to reach to help them overcome whatever it is that they were. I was just living my life. I was enjoying it. I was a new mom. I was just happy to just be with my child. It took me a long time to be a mommy, so I just wanted it to enjoy that. But in that process of taking care of my son and taking care of my family and dealing with my family dysfunctions and stuff, I got lost. I lost myself in that. And I just put my dreams on hold. And I put things on hold so I can be everything to everyone else. That's a mindset issue. I was thinking a certain type of way that was keeping me away from stepping into my power and creating the life that I truly wanted. So I can live on purpose and live and do the things that I was passionate about, work that I was passionate about, more of what I desired to do, more of the things that I was created to do, not just being in office and doing therapy, but doing things like sharing my message, speaking, doing the things that I want, writing that book that I really want to write, doing the things that I really want to do. And this is why I'm here, because I made a decision to just shift and change the way I was thinking. So I'm inviting you again to get your free gift. It is completely free. It's a teleseminar, and we're going to be talking about the 5 steps that you need to take to really master your mind and launch your legacy. And if you are live in the call, you will be able to enter to win some free coaching with me worth over $300. So I want to see you there. Please come and join me. It will be such a pleasure. And if you want to know more about me, make sure you find me on social media. There are tons of videos here on YouTube, on my Facebook fan page. You can find information. You can also Google me so you can see some of the work that I have done in the past as a psychotherapist, as a social worker, whatever, all that. because sometimes it's important for people to know that the person that you say you are. So make sure that you are tapping into your greatness, that you are reclaiming your power, that you are making decisions to just shift and change the way that you're thinking, so you can create more and experience more of what you desire, so you can create a life that you deserve, and you can experience more joy, happiness, success, abundance, fulfillment, money, whatever it is that you want to create in your life. So again, it's always a pleasure to be here with you. It's always a pleasure to be here to share with you. Please share this information with someone else. Share the video and share the link. Make sure that you register, because I am here to support you and to help you get from where you are to where you want to be in your life. Again, this is Soribel Martinez, transformational coach and mentor. I am also the founder of Legacy for Latinas, where I support women and just to shift from stuck to unstoppable, and to really creating a life that they can live on purpose, a legacy that's worth living and passing on to future generations. So I love you. Besitos, besitos, and I see you soon. Bye-bye.